Oh yeah, now my people, it's your guy, the Niger Englishman, and we are back here, one touch TV settings, and a little bit later than usual, we got another episode of. Look, let me not lie to you guys. Aussie Gooner said he wasn't available yesterday, so I had to flip things around just to get him on. So we got him on today. Three Touches will be back to Friday next week, but just for the people down under, we made it happen today. Big up. So it's only right I introduce you first. Welcome back to the show, Aussie Gooner. How you doing, bro?
Oh, bro, pretty good, bro. Pretty good. I appreciate you guys, chopping around with the times and that to suit your fellow Gooner over here down under. You know what I mean? Much appreciated. All love. It's all love, love, love.
For sure. You know, we do things internationally over here. So whether it's morning, evening, afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone viewing in. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And everyone that's part of this panel, all their socials will be in the description as well. So make sure you check that out, guys. Also, I don't even need to introduce this guy. One Touch TV royalty, my man, Mr. Footballing Pidgin, Akpos. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. It's always good to come on here and talk about football with the brothers, talk about football with fellow Gunners, and it's always premium football content anytime we're on One Touch TV.
You know it, bro. You know it, man. And of course, Mr. Goalball himself, he took some time out from bullying the Spurs fans to come back on One Touch TV and discuss all things Arsenal. My guy Kanebi, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, G. You know what it is now. Always representing One Touch TV, man. You know what it is now.
For sure, man. For sure. But guys, Arsenal, that's the thing that brings us all to talk about football. That's the club that brought us all to the game. And that's the club that's keeping us all entertained during the transfer window. And it could be for positive or negative reasons. When it's Arsenal, we're always entertaining our audience because there's always players linked to our club. Link FC. That is us. But guys, this week we missed out on Rafinha. I mean, he's not done to Chelsea or Barcelona yet, but it looks like we're gonna miss out on him. But it did get me kind of thinking. What is obviously we've done Fabio Vieira, we've got a player for the future in Marquinhos, and we've got in Gabriel Jesus.
And Matt Turner.
And Matt Turner as well, backup keeper, as we know Leno is probably going to be off this summer. So I was thinking, yeah, we missed out on Rafinha, but what are our priority signings for the remainder of the window? I was thinking if we don't end up getting another winger, would I be that upset if we get plugged in other areas? So that's what got me thinking. That's why I wanted to have this show today, guys. And I want to start this off, guys. So, what do you reckon our two or three priority signings need to be for the rest of this window? First of all, Aussie Gooner, what you said?
Well, look, let's be honest, right? The Rafinha signing is like the icing on top of the cake. It's glamorous. It's great. It'll be great for the attacking, for the attackers and blah, blah, blah. Going forward would look great. But as an Arsenal fan, we all know that our problems are in the midfield. So if we ain't fixing the midfield only to strengthen the wing and or our strike partners and blah, 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 we're fucking insane. Like, let's be honest. If you don't have a strong spine, if your midfield ain't solid, all that's going to happen is like a pub toilet fucking door. People are going to be coming through. We score 3, they score 4. And it's a losing battle. So in the end of the day, I looked at Rafinha and said, great, as long as we can sign a number 8 and we can sign another left back. We do that. I'm happy with that. You know what I mean? And a striker, well, we've got Jesus. But if we were going to sign Rafinha and not sign a number 8 and maybe not sign a left back, well, fuck that. Because to be perfectly honest, all that's going to mean is like, oh, look how good Arsenal are going forward when they do go forward. But look how shambolic they are when they're in possession in the middle of the park. So I think this transfer window is going to be about getting the right players for the right positions. Rafinha would have been nice at the right price, I guess. But not if it means we're going to miss out on a bloody number 8. And that's no shit.
Okay. Akpos, are you in agreement with that? We need that left back and number 8 cover?
100%. I think that was where the show we had where we talked about the Rafinha thing, him coming in and what it's going to do for the squad. I echoed the same thing as the Aussie Gunner is saying right now, that would have been the cherry on the cake for us, because it would have been more quality in positions when we need more qualities to come in. Well, what we need right now, I've always said it going into the transfer window, is the fact that we need
Oh, man.
players to come in that would upgrade this team, players who are going to come in and will take us from the level we were last season, where we came so close to making top 4, to get into the top 4 by the end of the next season. So I totally agree with Aussie Gunner when he said we need that number 8. We need that midfielder to come in, because the midfield area is one of the areas where we are currently short of bodies right now. Take out Thomas Partey from that midfield, and I would be worried if we have to play Liverpool or you have to play Man City the next weekend. So I think we need a backup for Thomas Partey, somebody who could be the anchor man, somebody who could sit in the front of that defense, and we would be confident if Thomas Partey is not playing. And we also need an upgrade on Granit Xhaka, somebody who has more legs, who is going to stay fit for most part of the season. That's why I've been screaming all transfer window for us to get Yuri Tillemans' deal done, because I think Yuri Tillemans is going to come into our team. He's going to bring in experience. I think he's at the right age. They'll be talking about the project youth and bringing in players who are going to be young for the football club. Yuri Tillemans is 25. It looks like he's got the right age, the right profile. He stayed fit for most part of the season last season. He played a lot of games for Leicester City. So I think we need to get in at least 2 midfielders for me, 1 center midfielder, 1 CDM, and also we need to get in that left back cover for Kieran Tierney, because if Tierney gets injured, I think we have some players who could fit in on the right side of that fullback position. On that left back position, I don't think we have enough cover. So we need to bring in a left back. And if we could get an offensive player by the end of the window, let's say a winger or a striker, that would be a cherry on the cake.
Bonus.
Get the midfield sorted out. Yeah, got the midfield sorted out. Get the defense, the left back.
Kind of in terms of what Big Dogs is saying, he said left back and midfielder bare minimum, but you also want cover for Partey and an upgrade for Granit Xhaka. I'm assuming that's where you're going for the midfield, and then a left back. So Kanebi, are those the same 3 positions that you believe we should be our priority, or do you think somewhere else? Then we'll go into the actual players that we need.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think we need more goals in this team. Last season, the difference between us and Tottenham was goal scoring. We lacked a lot of goals. Tottenham outscored us. Chelsea outscored us. Tottenham and Chelsea outscored us, basically. They had goal scorers in their team. We need somebody. And Pepe is a problem. So we still need a winger, whether we like it or not. We have 2 players on the left. We have Martinelli and Smith Rowe. That's done. On the right, Saka and who? We still need a right winger, whether we like it or not. But the problem is, in that market, we seem to be outpriced. And it's not easy finding that kind of player that is going to come in, do the business, and elevate the team. Those kind of players, they're special players. You need to spend money. Also, we also need a midfielder. For me, I think we might not get a defensive midfielder because of Lokonga. But I see us getting a Tillemans kind of footballer because of Granit Xhaka is not good enough for me. Granit Xhaka, I think that team needs to evolve way beyond Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka is too static. He's not athletic enough. He makes too many mistakes. He has improved, I won't lie. He has improved in terms of leadership skills, but he still isn't, he doesn't have that magic that we need in the midfield. You know, that kind of Gundogan kind of footballer that from the box, from deep, he's dangerous, even he's defensively aware, you know, that kind of footballer. Then obviously we also need a left back for Kieran Tierney. And that's it for me. But I don't know about that right back position because I'm looking at Cedric. I'm looking at Cedric also. In times when Tomiyasu,
No, guys, I don't know if you agree with me. Kanebi is in luxury land. He's saying right back, winger, striker.
That's what we need because we got rid of a lot of players. We got rid of a lot of players last season. We got rid of Socrates, Kolasinac. We're getting rid of Genduzi. We're getting rid of so many players. We need cover. And Cedric, we need cover. And funny enough, Arsenal only have 8 good players. We only have 8 good players. Let's be honest with ourselves. Gabriel, Ben White, Tomiyasu, Guarantini, who gets injured, Partey, Saka, and who else? Who else?
Odegaard.
Who else? Odegaard. That's it. That's it. That's it.
No one's so Ramsdale must be shit.
Oh, sorry, Ramsdale. I forgot about Ramsdale.
Yeah,
I forgot about Ramsdale.
How could you forget about blasphemy, man?
I forgot about Ramsdale. That made 8. We only have 8 players. We only have 8 good players in that team. The rest. Odegaard and Smith Rowe are still finding their feet. Come on, man. Okay, Gabriel Jesus now makes it 9.
Okay.
That's it.
Look, Kanebi, I hear what you're saying, and for me, I believe you're in a very much like you're talking about 5-6 signings there. Like ideally, I think,
bro.
I hear what you're saying. I would want 5-6 signings. I'm sure like everyone in the panel, everyone in the comment section, everyone in the freaking fan base. But we know our club, and we've
already made 4. 2 more to go.
I said historically, but you're talking about adding 4 more on top of those 4. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Right back, we already have an attacking midfielder. And an attacking midfielder can play right wing. Fabio Vieira can play on the right and in the center. Then we already have Marquinhos, who's already a right winger.
Bro,
okay. Saliba is back.
I just don't know if Arsenal are going to add 4 more players on top of what we've already got. That's my issue. Wait, hold on. Let me get into some of the comments real quick. SMG, thanks for locking in, bro. We ain't getting Tielemans. It's a smoke screen. We're going to sign a midfielder no one's heard of. Come on, SMG. I hope we won't do that. I hope Vieira was the one that not many people knew about.
Okay, you know what? Let's not sign a decent centre midfielder, right? And all those Arteta outers are going to get exactly what they want, probably just after the World Cup. Okay, let's not do that. Let's just be fucking stupid and hold on to Granit Xhaka. Perfect. We get a new manager.
We should have sold Xhaka years ago.
We should have just said
you got no one to replace him.
But it looks like he's an Arteta man, and that's not going to happen.
Bro,
that's all right.
Man. He's
chuck
an
him on the
Arsenal
bench.
Man. He's an Emery
he's
man.
An
he's an Arteta man. They all love him.
Chuck him on the bench, bro. On the bench. Sit down there on the bench. We'll get you on from time to time. Yuri gets on there, bro. I've been watching Yuri Tielemans, and I'm screaming about him for over a year. Over a year, I've been screaming him. Everyone talked Madison. I said, no. Watch this fella, bro. Watch this fella. Now let's just fucking get this fella in and be done.
I hear you. Big Dog says we shouldn't go down the youth project road again this summer. A big factor as to why we didn't get top 4 was a lack of experience alongside lack of squad depth. I strongly agree. We need to stop going through the up and coming route. We need a couple of established players either in their prime or just about to come into their prime, or even if it's just a player. And I don't mind adding like a 30, 31-year-old, depending on the player it is and what level of experience.
I don't want no 30, 31-year-olds, please.
Hold on. Like, if you're telling me would I like a Genie Wijnaldum for a year with his experience working with someone like Lokonga who needs up and coming, I wouldn't mind someone like, because he's a proven winner and you know what you're going to get from him. I'm not saying he should be a starter, but someone in our squad.
Have you seen his wages?
We need, fuck all that, bro. I'm not an accountant, bro. At the end of the day, we need experience in our squad.
He's not worth it, because at the end of the day, you need to build a team that's going to challenge in the next 3 years. I'd rather buy a 25-year-old midfielder and keep him in the team. I'd rather buy a 25-year-old midfielder, 24-year-old midfielder, and loan a 30-year-old midfielder, and now start thinking about next summer, which midfielder am I going to buy again?
I hear you, but look at it this way. If I'm a young player and I'm looking to someone for guidance, who am I talking to in the Arsenal dressing room right now? Granit Xhaka. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's up to the manager that's why we need people like Yuri Tielemans. I'd rather go for Yuri Tielemans than a Gigi Wijnaldum, because Yuri Tielemans is like Fabregas for us. He could be Fabregas for us. He's an exceptional player. I love that boy.
He's a box to box. He can defend very well. Fabregas was more of an attacking mid. This guy's going to be more like, remember Santi Cazorla? Remember Santi Cazorla, how he used to shift the ball from the midfield and bring it forward and hang out from the back? That's what kind of player he is. But the good thing about him is he can also defend half decent. Everyone talks about Bissouma's defensive stats. All right, here's one for everyone. Go check out Yuri Tielemans' defensive stats. I'm not going to tell you what they are. Go have a fucking look for yourselves. He's not bad defensively.
He's going to be a world-class midfielder. There's no doubt about it.
He already is, but because he's a number 8, no one looks. No one sees number 8s.
Yeah.
Okay,
Everyone says De Jong is overrated, bro. Because no one's looking at him.
if I want to know, I just want to make sure we're in agreement. If we do nothing but these three positions this window, is everyone going to be okay? I'm not saying ecstatic, but if we make sure we get a CM, DM cover, and left back cover, would that be the bare minimum that you guys would be hoping for this summer window?
Nah, I still want another attacker. We still need goals.
I know, but if we at least do that, does that fill in quite a few gaps? Because it's Arsenal. I want the 5.
No,
it keeps us fifth. That's all I see. It keeps us fifth.
No, because
it patches our 11.
It patches our 11, right?
Yeah, very good. We got a solid 11 then. We got a decent. We've got look, Kieran Tierney's going to get. Look, I hate to say,
he's going to get.
The season's going to start. 8 weeks in, Tierney's going to be on his ass. Okay, he's going to be fucked again. Let's just be honest. We all know it. Now, this guy who's going to come in for Kieran Tierney's going to be playing a lot of games. And to be honest, I guarantee that when this happens, if he starts doing well, Tierney's going to be sitting on his ass, much like what happened with Tavares. So I think if we get a starting centre mid like Yuri Tielemans, and I'm not going to fucking push for anyone else because we can't afford or get anyone of decent quality. If we get a decent left back, right, it doesn't have to be Martinez, just a decent left back who can come in and be a left back. I don't want a wing back. I want a left back. Can you defend? Yes. Yeah. Left back. Whoop-de-doo for you. I don't want you to go and play right back, left back, and striker. Left back. Finished. You know what I'm saying, bro? I don't want I can play 10 positions. Can you play 1? Yes. Perfect.
No, but if you know what I'm saying, bro. If you look at Arteta, right, you can tell the profile player he's looking for, players that can fit in different.
Arteta. My problem with Arteta is he's trying to do it like Pep Guardiola. The kind of players he's trying to buy, versatile players like Cancelo. Like Cancelo can play left, right, center. Those kind of players. Man City is spending oil money. We're not spending oil money. We're spending pocket money. Let's just go like my man said. Can you play left back? Play left back. Fuck all this left back, right backs. Play left back. The fuck.
I'm with you. But I also believe every good squad needs their James Milner. I don't think we should have loads of James Milners, but we need at least one. So for me, the football capital said Justin, Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United. Why are you giving me Manchester United news on here, bruh?
No. He's being open. Look at that.
Manchester United official proposal for Lisandro Martinez better than Arsenal's one, but not enough.
Of course, it's better than Arsenal's one.
They got the money.
Man, you just solved Barcelona's financial crisis. Please, it's normal.
No, but
go on, Akpos.
Yeah, can I say something about that one? Because personally, for me, I think like the Martinez one was not one we were expecting. When we saw it, we had to this guy, what was he going to bring to the club? And that was where we got excited about the Martinez one. So for me, like Aussie Gooner and Kanebi rightly said, I don't think we need those players who are versatile. Bring in somebody that will be left back, play left back for us. Let's know that you are coming to play left back. I look at the center back with William Saliba coming in. I think like we have enough cover there. So bring in a left back. And if you want to bring in somebody that could deputize as a CDM, bring in a CDM. Bring a left back specialist. We know that person is coming to play left back solely. Bring in a CDM to cover for the CDM position. The center back position, it looks like we have enough bodies. Personally, the way I look at it. So for me, I don't think that the Martinez one is one we should be worried about. Manchester United have a lot of money to spend in this transfer window because they only have one thing to convince players right now. It's the fact that they have nothing else. To me, that's the way I look at it. Money is how they want to get their transfer windows done, and you can't compete with a club like Manchester United.
So United aren't going to just offer him. See, the thing is, a lot of people think it's money. There's more to it though. It's money and what he's going to be playing. See, the players going to come in. They go, "We'll give you all this cash, but you know where you're going to play? Right wing." Martinez is going to go, "Can't play right wing. Not fucking coming." But if they come in, Man United, and say, we're going to play you in the left back position starting or centre back starting, Martinez goes, starting? I'm going to start? Well, maybe I'm interested. Maybe that's what I want to do. It might be less money, but I get to play game. I'm going to be the preferred centre back or left back. Now, I don't see him coming in as a centre back.
It's a World Cup year as well. It's a World Cup year as well. So
Right.
that's very important game time.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the package that's going to be offered by United and Arsenal is going to be not just money, but about what your role is going to be in the squad. And Martinez is going to be looking at that because right now he's looking and going, I'm playing football. I don't want to go somewhere and turn into Nathan Aki, sit on my fucking ass and disappear. Remember, he was a decent centre back. Remember Nathan Aki? Oh, look, everyone remembers Nathan Aki.
Wow. That's a low blow. Big up. He's been passed around Premier League sides for the last 6 years, man. He still hasn't found a home for a while, man. Big up.
Going to Chelsea, you watch.
I heard he's going back to Chelsea for the third time. The weirdest transfer scenario ever. So
he needs to play football.
Literally. Football Values TV says, Kanebi is right. Our squad depth is lacking. We have a lot to do. Sensible signings are required. Midfielders right now, I take Onana from Lille and Tielemans.
I'm not going to lie to you. This Onana guy, I've never heard about him. I've never heard about him before. It's very unlike me, so I don't know where this rumor is coming from. Is he good enough? I don't think so. I don't know.
Another player I want to big up SMG, Saliba can cover right back. I believe that's why we haven't been linked with a number of right backs because Saliba can play there, White can play there, and if
White can play right back.
Ben White can play right back.
Is that what you think? Did you just say that?
Not very.
I'm going to clip this shit up. Everybody, watch this shit get clipped up.
Okay,
go on now, bro.
Clip that. Hey, wait, hold on. If you're going to try and convince me that Cedric is a better right back than Ben White, I refuse to believe that.
You refuse to believe that? Okay, cool.
No.
Okay.
Big up.
As a right back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, bro. All right.
Clip me up for later on in the season. Hopefully, we won't have to see him as right back and Tomiyasu stays fit, to be fair, though. Let's be honest. But Hickey, Zinchenko for 50 million, sell some players, try for a winger and another strike. Hickey and Zinchenko? Nah, that's we got way too many left-footed players in that scenario. SMG says as long as Xhaka is in the team, we ain't getting
facts.
Right, SMG, if Tielemans comes in, Xhaka's sitting the fuck down.
But my question is, do you think that can any of us see Xhaka sitting on the bench, like with the arrogance of the guy? Because you remember, you remember his interview where he was not apologizing for his actions, where he was explaining but not apologizing for his actions. That arrogance shows me that if we do say he's going to be on the bench, that means he's going. And for me, I'm happy about that personally because
he's going on the bench. Tielemans comes in. Xhaka is on his ass, and you know what? He can be as arrogant as he wants on the bench. He can sit there and call himself a baller. On the bench, he can talk to he doesn't like the bench. Go sit in the fucking stands. Become an usher. I don't give a fuck, bro. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to sit the fuck down, right? Because when there's a better player coming in, right? You either fucking big up your game or you take fucking notes, bro. That's what it is. Hey, Tielemans comes in. Jack has been taking a lot of notes, bro.
Bro, to be honest, I believe if Tielemans does come in, I believe Xhaka will be on his way because I don't think his ego will allow him to sit on the bench. Either way, I'm happy about it because
why don't we bid for Shikimas? That's Shikimas guy in Liverpool. I like him.
Shimikas. Hey, are you trying to trigger Saint? Are you trying to trigger Saint LFC?
I like him. He's a good player though. He's a good player.
They're not going to deal. No just bother.
They know
he's gonna come here.
He agrees with you, Aussie Gooner. He says Ben White as a right back. Are you okay? What the fuck?
You see his name? He's saying, bro. I'm telling Nigerian Englishman on some fucking crazy drugs.
Hold on. Let me not say. I'm not saying Ben White is a right back, people. All I'm saying is he can fill in, and I believe he can do a better job than Cedric. I can't stand Cedric. I'm not saying he's a right back though, but let's mix up my words. Big up EGTV in the comments there. Brenny K74. Are we the only fans that discuss players' wages, even though they're top? Bro, we are. We are the only fan base.
Bro, it's very important we discuss wages. It's very, very important before we turn into Manchester United. It's very, very important. It's very important.
Change their tune, guys. United have changed their tune.
Away from turning into a Man United, bro. Come on, we're nowhere near as making.
Bro, look at Pepe. Look at Pepe. We spent 75 million on Pepe. What's the result? This is a Manchester United move.
Are we giving Jadon Sancho 350k at Arsenal? Hell no. So we're not.
No, but we don't want to be that, because if you do that, the likes of Saka, who is your best player right now, will be looking at like, why am I earning this much money when this guy's earning that? It creates a problem.
Because I brought in a player that's better than you, Saka. How about that?
No, but what if Saka is still Saka? Whether you like it or not, people like that, they are still the best players in the team. You can't really do that. It upsets the balance of things.
I disagree. If a player comes in that warrants a high salary, for example, if Kanebi comes in on 300 racks a week, he deserves it. He's a Champions League winner, Bundesliga winner, German and international. Is Saka going to chat shit then? Is he mad? What has Saka won?
Saka is still going to want. Yeah, it's facts, but Saka is going to want a significant pay rise. I want someone like Saka wants to. Listen, once Saka gets a pay rise, the likes of Smith Rowe, Martinelli, they're going to be looking over their shoulder and be like, I want the same pay too. That's how it happens. This is football. This is football, man. Come on.
It's performance-based, but it's all performance-based.
It's all performance-based.
End of the day, you can want.
Bro,
you see, let me tell you what. You know why Gnabry has this problem? You know why Gnabry has a problem in Bayern Munich right now? You know why? Have you seen what Leroy Sané is earning compared to Gnabry? Have you seen the difference? There's a 200k difference. And Gnabry has been there for a long time. And he's fighting them because they don't want to pay him that money. So if you're signing Gnabry...
Hold on. I'm going to land after this.
If you're signing Gnabry, you're signing Gnabry for at least 350 to 400k. Other players who want to renew their deals, the likes of Thomas Partey, the likes of Gabriel Jesus, if you want to renew next year, they're going to want the same. And there you go, you have the same problem.
Okay.
This is a domino effect.
Okay, so first of all, and this is what I'll say, if Gabriel Jesus is asking for more money, that means he's bagged 20 plus goals in the Premier League. So I'm okay with that. Number two,
you cannot do that.
Wait, can I land? Let me land. If he's banging in, he's not banging in goals, scoring 12 goals a season. If a guy's scoring 25 plus goals in the Premier League, he deserves a pay rise. That's number one. Number two, the difference between Sané and Gnabry's situation to what's happening at Arsenal. Sané wasn't there when Bayern won the Champions League. Gnabry was, so he has every right to be upset with that situation. That's not happening at Arsenal. ESR can't ask for Saka money, can't ask for Jesus money. They ain't done shit yet, bro. When they do, they're put in a situation where they have power.
Let me just add to this. It's called incentive, right? Let me tell you, Kanebi, let me tell you something, bro. Imagine, all right, I'm an ESR, right, and I haven't performed that well last season, but I'm seeing Saka did, right? And I'm seeing some better dollars out his way. What does that make me want to do? Perform to get the dollars. Sometimes you got to pay the money to the right player to get him in, right? And if the guy is of quality, right, he's got the background, he's of age, he's decent, you're going to have to pay dollars to get this player in. Plain and fucking simple. I know it's going to upset, but let me tell you know what? Let's use De Jong as an example. De Jong comes to Arsenal, right? And he's on £300,000 a week, right? Are you telling me Thomas Partey and Odegaard are going to get the shits? Well, fuck the both of you, because they ain't shit compared to him, all right? He's a better fucking midfielder than all of you, right? Plain and fucking simple. Guy's got skills. You want more? Give me more. Give me more, we give you more. I don't care if every single one of these players is on 300, but you know what? We win the Prem. Who cares what they're on? As long as they perform. Perform, you get paid. Don't perform, you're going to be sitting in the nosebleeds, bro. End of the day, football is a business. Mohamed Salah, what happened? Did he get paid? He got that pay rise. He wanted more, but he got a pay rise.
They can't risk letting someone like that go.
Where did Mane go? Mane said, stuff this shit. I want more money. He wanted to stay at Liverpool. Did they lose a mad player? Mane's gun, bro. Gun player, better than Salah. They stuffed up with that one.
I personally don't think Mane left for money, but we'll go into that on another show. I reckon because he wasn't appreciated as much as Salah is at Liverpool, personally. It felt more like Salah.
I think we just have to be careful with the wages. That's all. We just have to be very careful.
We got to be smart. Smart with it. Who we pay, how we pay. Of course. I mean, look, United and Arsenal are both guilty of this shit. Probably United more than us. But you know what? We're both fucking learning at the same damn fucking time, trying to get people down on wages.
Not like those ones. I can't be paying Rashford 300k.
Time out. We've only touched on 1 point, and we're 30 minutes in, guys. So
all right, we better touch each other again.
Yeah.
Pause.
So I'm gonna get into some comments. We're gonna go into the other segments, but I think the general consensus, I think 3 out of 4 of us will be kind of pleased if we get 2 midfielders and a left back cover. Obviously, that's not what we want at the end of the day, but at the very minimum, that's what we're accepting out of this transfer window. It would, as Kanebi said, it would be nice to get those attacking options too, but at the very bare minimum, like this season,
we need goals.
But we've just added goals. We've added Jesus. Is that no goals?
We need more. Bro, we scored only 60 goals last season.
Great, but if we had cover for Partey and we had cover for Tierney, we would have got into the top 4 last season. So that's my facts.
These are defensive covers. We still needed to score.
I hear you, but if we had cover for both those players, we would have qualified for the top 4. So I'm not saying. Look, Kanebi, you gotta look at what you're asking Arsenal to do is to sign 8 players in one window. When have we ever done that, bro?
It's realistic,
bro. I know it's what you want.
Which team has done that? Which team?
Done that? When has Arsenal?
Bro,
I think there's a comment in here. Where is it?
Nobody is saying you should sign 8 players. That's but you know what January? Do you know what January showed you? January showed you that you only have a first 8. If one player gets injured in Arsenal, one very key critical player in that team, it's all over. And it showed. Which is not meant to happen for any top side.
Okay, so don't you think we should have cover for those positions that we really lost in the last part of last season?
We gave El Neni a new deal. That's not cover. Listen now. I'm talking.
You get the one that played in those games that we
El
lost.
Neni is not good enough.
Exactly.
El Neni is not good enough.
Yeah, I know El Neni's not good enough.
Can I say something? Can I say something about the Eleni?
You're evaluating my points here. Go on, Akpos. Sorry.
Kanebi, the Eleni not being good enough, but Eleni was decent when he stepped into the team. Some of the games
decent how?
Wait, Kanebi, let me land now.
Did you actually watch the games, Kanebi?
If we had started playing Eleni earlier, maybe we would have made top 4. But that's for the manager. That's for the manager to think about it. That's not.
You see the game again. He played against Newcastle, right? He played against Newcastle, right?
But Kanebi, my point is this. We need bodies to come in for Thomas Partey. I understand what you're saying. We are a side who does not score a lot of goals when we concede first. I don't know if you noticed that last season.
For sure.
I think we only won once when we conceded first.
That was Wolves, right?
So that's a worry for me also. We need to be scoring more goals. But what Nigerian Englishman is saying is we need a cover to come in for left back. That's non-negotiable.
We've been buying defensive players for the last 2 years. Over and over and over again.
Yeah, you know what? This is hilarious.
Now we need to get it right. Not on
Kanebi, do you know why you're confusing?
Hold on.
Before you come in,
Gabriel Jesus is Arteta. Gabriel Jesus and Odegaard are Arteta's only attacking signings. Do you know that?
Vieira as well. Fabio Vieira.
And Fabio Vieira now. Now this season. Wait, now hold on. The rest have been academy boys. Academy boys and Lacazette and Aubameyang, which he inherited from Emery and Wenger. Arteta needs to create an attack. His own way, his own style. One, we have not signed enough attacking players. Last season, our defense was okay. Our defense was I think the third best defense or fourth best defense.
Our defense was not okay.
We were the third best defense in the league. We're in top 5 best defensives in the league last season. We're in the top 5.
Kanebi, if you don't score a goal, you can defend. The game will end in a draw.
Guys, we're gonna just kill these points and we won't touch on the other touches. But wait, real quick. Kanebi, the reason why Kanebi confused me is he said we need attackers, but then he complained about us our Neni not being good enough. That was the most confusing.
Because you want to cover for Partey. Listen, forget the cover for Partey. It's not going to happen because you have given El Neni a new deal. You should know the way Arsenal thinks.
What about a left back coming in? Is that not as important as
the left back coming in? Yes, they might get a left back. Fine, that's they might get a left back. We need a left back. I agree. But you still have Nuno Tavares. If Nuno Tavares leaves, you're going to get a left back. If he stays, you're not going to get a left back.
No, we will.
You're not going to get. It all depends on Tavares leaving.
I'll tell you one thing right here, bro. Let me tell you something right now. Yeah, you can have all the attackers under the fucking sun. If your midfield is shit and your defense is shit, then you ain't nothing. Now, if we lose Kirantini like we did, all right, we all go to shit. Granit Xhaka's playing left back, not Tavares, because Tavares is rubbish, right? Plain and simple, he's going out on loan or he's for sale.
Yeah.
So we are going to have to get a left back, and that's facts. Now, if you're midfield, and if you're going to play 4-2-3-1 like we played that whole season, we need two midfielders, one midfielder that can carry, one midfielder that can defend, right? Which midfielder can carry the fucking ball at Arsenal? Neither. Thomas Partey's been having to do that shit because Granit Xhaka ain't quick enough. So Partey's a CDM, and they're like, oh, he's not a CDM. Now fuck off to that, because that fucking when he was playing for Atletico, he was an anchor. He played CDM at Atletico. He came here because he didn't have a good partner in Granit Xhaka. He's like, well, I've got to defend. I've got to go forward. Partey is doing fucking everything. That's why when he leaves and he gets injured, everyone's like, oh, Partey's important.
I agree.
The cover for Partey, yes, I understand. But the reason why Partey is getting destroyed is because his partner isn't doing his job. So that's why if you do get a centre midfielder that can carry the ball, move forward, right, then Partey's job becomes Partey's job, which is not the whole midfield, but maybe the more defensive like an anchor. So we need a left back and we need a number 8. And if I give you those two, guess what? Going forward, the transitions are going to be quicker, right? And coming back, trying to get through our midfield, we're going to be able to slow it down. Now, you're going to get to see goals. But if you're going to go through and say, oh, maybe we get Rafinha and we see how we can patch up the rest of the squad, I swear to you, it will be a nice signing.
I'm not saying we're not going to still patch up the rest of the squad, but you still need an attacker. Even after you patch up the rest of the squad.
Dead last.
Kanebi, realistically.
Hold on. Stop.
That's not what we're talking about.
36 minutes in, you've just touched on 1 point.
Nigerian Englishman is trying to control this.
There's 25 people in the chat right now. Make sure everyone smash the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe and turn on all your notifications.
Turn off all your notifications.
Turn off your notification of the other channels. Just turn them on for One Touch TV. Free touches. You got to be turned on for free touches, right? No pun intended.
Oh fucking hell!
All right, cool. Get into some of the comments, guys, because they've been going crazy of late. Yeah. Sorry if I missed any comments. Gone through that already.
Grimaldo.
Yeah, Kanebi said, man can't even say his name. Who again? I think we were talking about Tsimikas then.
He's decent.
When he said in Liverpool, I was like, who's he talking about? Tsimikas. Yeah, Tsimikas is definitely a baller. I don't
He's
see
a good player,
him leaving Liverpool anytime soon. Saint also said, you man are talking about wages, then we'll welcome Gnabry on 300k. It's not you
it's
guys.
An example.
It's Kanebi, because me, I will slap 300k on his head top so quickly. I'll drive to sign that deal for him. Big up Gnabry. I want him at the club. Bring our boy home. If that's the case, putting Nketiah on 100k a week is stupid.
Nketiah was on 45k. He only got a 50% increase. So what's that? It's not like he was. It wasn't like he was on 30k or 20k. On 45k, it's just a 50% increase. So it's not bad.
Give that to Saka. Give that to fucking ESR.
Saka is about to get a new deal. All those guys are about to get new deals.
On top of that.
Okay, so what I'm saying is we need to fix the squad first. Kanebi, I want to fix the 2 centre midfielders and the left back first. I still want.
But Arsenal don't look like that, but they want to do that.
I still want the attacker, but I don't mind leaving that one till last. Plug in the holes first, and then get the luxury on top of that. That's what I agree,
but Arsenal don't look like they want to do that. That's the problem with your club.
We don't know what they want to do. We don't know yet.
Bro, let me tell you something. If Arsenal wanted Tielemans, they would have dropped that bid a long time ago. They gave Elneny a new deal.
Did we know they wanted to sign Fabio Vieira? We don't know what's going on.
It's not about knowing about Fabio Vieira. See, Arsenal is funny. When they gave Nketiah a new deal, I knew we're not going to sign another striker. Arsenal always goes for the cheap option. They gave Elneny a new deal. They're keeping Lokonga. That tells you something. And they're not saying signing Tielemans depends on Xhaka leaving. That is my problem with Arsenal. They do not take a risk when it's time to take a risk. If we want a midfielder, go and get him, bang, bang. Stop giving these guys new contracts and giving them second chances. That's what I'm saying. It's very, very simple. You get what I mean?
I hate you. I know.
I'm not laughing at you, Kanebi. I'm laughing at that fucking.
I know.
That is a fucking. He wanted a new challenge. Fuck off. Sorry, bro. Fuck off.
I have my opinion on this, but we've already dragged on a lot of time, and I know it'll take on too much. But I do want to ask. Obviously, guys, we talked about some of the players that we'd like. I mean, I don't know if anyone knows a lot about this Fofana guy, the defensive midfielder that they're calling the new Yaya Toure. I don't know anything about him. So if anyone in the comments does know about him, let us know. But spending 25 million or 25 million on cover in DM, I don't think it's the worst idea in the world. But as you said, Kanebi, we know our club and this is not how they do business, which is why I don't see them signing any more than 3 more players before the end of the window. What those 3 more players will be and what positions they'll be playing in, who knows? But we have signed some players already, guys. We've got Fabio Vieira, we've got Gabriel Jesus, and we've got Marquinhos. But so I just want to go around the panel and find out what you guys are expecting from each of these players this season. Any of you can get that one started.
Well, let me start with Gabriel Jesus first, because that's one everybody has been talking about. That's one area where we've been having a deficit from last season. We need goals. We need somebody who's going to come in and score a lot of goals. And Gabriel Jesus has been screaming that he wants to be the main man. That was one of the main reasons he chose Arsenal over some of the other options they had on this transfer window. The fact that he wants to play through the middle. He wants to tell everybody that actually I could play as a number 9 and not a winger, not a big part player. I want to be the main man. So definitely big shoes for him to fill personally, because I think to win much is given, much is equally expected. He needs to take the ball by the horn. He needs to win us games. He needs to score a lot of goals. And I would be personally expecting double figures for him in terms of his goals that is going to score. And 15 goals would be realistic for me. If he can score up to 15 goals by the end of the season. Premier League goals. If he can score 15 Premier League goals, I would be very happy with that. But anything less, he needs to be giving a lot of assists, because we need our number 9 getting into the action. If you're not scoring the goals, be making that final touch, be making that killer pass and all of that. I would take that. But Gabriel Jesus, I think the expectation from him now is going to be very high. Also, with the fact that Richarlison make that move to Tottenham Hotspur, these Brazilian guys are moving because they know it's a World Cup year. Everybody needs to be starting for your football club for you to make the national team, get the national team jersey. So how well it's going to play is going to determine if it's going to work into the Brazilian team as a striker or as a winger. So he really needs to do a lot. A lot is expected from him personally. He's got a lot of work to do if he comes into the Arsenal. I'm not joking around. He needs to hit the ground running. And
Akpos,
yeah.
If the reports I'm reading in the press that the great Ronaldo de Lima said Jesus is the best number 9 Brazil have right now. That's what he said. The best number 9. Ronaldo de Lima says Jesus is the best number 9 Brazil have right now, and I hope he's right. What about?
Let's hope so. And also Fabio Vieira. I look at that one.
No, we'll go through them one by one. We'll go through them one by one. Sorry,
Okay.
Aussie, what do you feel? Do you second what Akpos is saying, or do you have anything to add on to that? Or
I second that. And to be honest, Jesus has to get amongst the goals. I'm hoping to see, both ends of play. I want to see, look, if Jesus can pull 16, 17 goals in the Premier League this season, I'm jumping for joy. Like Akpos said, in less than that, he's going to have to get in amongst the assists and start linking up fucking play. Plain and simple. Anything less than that is a failure. And I know it's pressure, but I like that. Play with some pressure on your back. I think there's a big look at Jesus now, and there's a big focus on him now, because now you wanted that starting line position, you wanted that number 9, now it's yours. Show us what you can do. And to be honest, with the wingers that he has at the moment in Martinelli and Saka, they've been screaming for a decent number 9 for most of the season. Let's agree to. I think we can agree to that.
Yeah.
So at least now there's no excuses, even for them, that they don't have a number 9 there that can that can push them a little bit
link
further
up,
forward. No, I
that
agree
can
with that.
score, that can press, all these different things. 100%. That's a big. Hey, Football Capital, you need to let me know when your next show is, because I'm going to be all up in the comment section trolling you as well. Big up Football Capital, man. I love the energy, man. Love the comments, man. Always happy to have you on the panel. He says the only 9 that the Brazilians have. Whatever, yeah. SMG says, I believe Jesus will bang 15 plus Premier League goals. Kanebi, what are you saying about the comments about Jesus so far? Would you like to add anything, or what's your expectancy for him this season?
Well, I think Jesus is going to be a very good player for us. I think he's going to be a dynamic forward. I just hope he likes to stay in the box more, because last season we lacked a striker that loves to be in the box. All our strikers last season, they love to be in the midfield. They like playing from the wings. They don't like being in the box. We need someone who wants to be in the box, who is hungry for goals, who has a vendetta to score goals. That's what we just need. So I think in Man City, Gabriel Jesus is more creative. He plays on the wing. He has to work more. He has to hustle. Here, I think he just has to lead the line, press from the front, and put the ball in the back of the net. And I think this is the best opportunity for him to play the best football he has to play in his career, because he's in a team where they believe in him. He's the main man. The World Cup is coming soon. He has a lot of points to prove. And he's a winner. He has won the Premier League 4 times. Everybody in the dressing room will be looking up to him. So I think he's going to be a very positive signing for us. And I feel he can have that, let me say, that Nicolas Anelka effect. You know, somebody, that number 9 that comes in and wins us big games. Because Nicolas Anelka used to do that in big games for us. And I think he can have that. And 15 Premier League goals, just like Nicolas Anelka. And that's what I'm expecting. Bang.
Why not?
Facts on this comment.
Creative spark. Odegaard's got to step up for Jesus, 100%. Not make him looking like the Samba and Ketia or get in the bin. Brazil are effed if Jesus is the best number 9. Come on, bro. He's a baller, and he's finally going to have an opportunity to show the world that he was supposed to be a main number 9.
Can I take this one? Can I take this one?
Go for it.
It was making reference to what I said about Gabriel Jesus. What I actually meant.
Can you read it out first, sir? Read it out first.
Yeah. It said Lacazette got a lot of assists last season, and it was shit. So when you say he needs to get a lot of assists, do you still believe that when looking at Lacazette last season, what I was trying to say was the fact that if he doesn't hit the 15-goal mark I was setting for him, let's say he scores 10 to 11 goals and he gets 8 to 9 assists, that would not be a bad season in my opinion. That was what I was saying. But I agree with you. He still needs to score at least double-figure goals, but a significant number of assists. Not like, let's say he's having 5 goals and 8 assists. That would be poor.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you want that contribution?
Let's move on to Fabio Vieira. So I say the first time I really heard about him was 2020 when we first got linked with him. I wouldn't say that meant I then started, Fabio Vieira, watching his career closely. I'm not going to try and pretend. That is definitely not what I've done. I saw a couple of clips of him in some under 21 tournaments. After we got linked, after we signed him, I went to actually watch, I think 2 or 3 90-minute games he played for Porto alongside the YouTube clips, etc., etc. And I'm not going to come out and say, oh, mate, I know all about him, because I definitely don't. But from what I see, he looks like a player that's going to be molded into like the Bernardo Silva type player. He looks like a good ball carrier, and his numbers say that he's a creative player. So we talked about the lack of creativity last season, and it's something that we're starting to address. Akpos, I don't know if you know too much about him, or what, if you do, what do you know about him, and what do you expect of him this season for Arsenal?
I don't know too much about him. I would be lying if I come on here and saying I know too much about him. But there is one comment I would want to pull up, the one from SMG, while I talk about Fabio Vieira. This one, yeah. SMG is saying it feels like Fabio Vieira is going to struggle in terms of the physicality of the Premier League. That could be something that could happen. But we've also seen in the Premier League, well, these smaller type of technical players come in and you can't touch them. Santi Cazorla was not the biggest of guys, was not the most physical of their midfielder, but you can't come near him.
can't touch him in a tight
You
situation.
understand?
Yep.
In the Nigeria way, we will say go just mumu you. You understand? And
Yeah.
we've seen it with Joao Mata also. He's not the biggest of guys. These guys who are very technical, they know their strengths. They would always play to their strength. They wouldn't want to get into a tussle with you where
No
they want
sense
to
of gravity, all that
you
sort of stuff.
understand? So for me, I think like I agree with some part of the comment, but I disagree with some part. Coming to the Premier League, it needs to be ready for the physical challenge. It needs to also try to go into the gym, do all of the physical work straight up. But if he's very technical and very good at what he does, he would still be able to flourish. Because we've seen smaller players, technical players who have done it over time. Bernardo Silva is doing it currently at Man City. It's not the strongest of midfielders, but you would want to go into some of those tackles with him because it would get the better part of you because it's very technical. It knows how to beat you with the ball. So that I think that's what coming to the Premier League he needs to focus on, playing best to his strength. And also, if we look at the mode of the player that he is, for me, I think like Mikel Arteta, I don't know who said it on the show, if it was Aussie Gooner or Kanebi, is trying to mold this game so much like his master. I think like it's the apprentice who wants to be so much like the magician.
Yeah.
And I look at Fabio, I look at the profile I've seen so far, not like I've seen a lot of from the player. I look at him like more into the mode of a player like David Silva, or a player in the mode of like what's his name, Bernardo Silva, the one at Man City currently. That kind of player, that kind of technical player who is going to be able to play deep in as a deep playmaker for the center midfield role, can be playmaking from the center midfield role, and also can play as a number 8, and also can play as that first nine area, and also as a number 10. So I think we need goal creation. We need somebody who is going to come in games where Martin Odegaard is not going to be having his best of game, and will be able to come in and change the game for us. That's why I think one of the problems we had last season is the fact that we are not creating too many chances. So I think that could be a plus for us, but that is also a worry that it could potentially struggle with the physicality. But I don't think like it's going to struggle with the physicality if it's up for the challenge and is ready for the task ahead.
For sure, and typically, if you see Portuguese players in general, I mean, they're not players that usually take that long to adapt. If you look over the last 5 years and different leagues that they've gone into, if you look at what's happening at Wolves, for example, I mean, every Portuguese player that goes there seems to hit the ground running, and a few other clubs as well. So they have a good record right now with the core of Portuguese players. Also, you guys, Akpos, you talked about him playing. He can fill in as a right winger. He can turn up there, number 10. Also a deep lying playmaker as well. He definitely gives us options. But Aussie, with all those things that have been said, where do you think he's going to get the majority of his minutes next season? What position do you see him getting the most of his minutes?
I think we're going to see him as Odegaard's second and on the left wing. I think these are the two places we're going to see this fella jump in. My problem is that he seems injury prone. Okay, from what I've read, I've seen a lot of reports of his injuries, not getting much game time. And of course, just recently, if anyone looks at my Instagram, yes, I've posted it, he's in a boot. So that worries me. Now, luckily, we're not counting on him to be starting 11. This is depth. This is I look at him and think to myself, if this guy stays somewhat fit, a Thomas Rosicky, you know what I mean? A guy who can come off the bench, play that number 10 role, can get a goal for you, and he's almost 2-footed. So when I looked at some of his stats, I've watched a few games. He can play the left-hand side. He can play the right-hand side. His assists come from either wing. It's like he's 2-footed, which is great. I worry a lot about the physicality of the Premier League. And I worry a lot about him not getting much game time, even I think it was Porto. So this is all red flag for me. But as another player that's creative, another person we can use for depth, that's great. But I'm the kind of guy that wants to fix a starting 11 before I fix the fucking bench.
I hear you. And to be honest, I don't know if you saw on social media, it was either last night or this morning, Vieira did say nothing to worry about. It's nothing big. It's just a precaution. So that's good news. That it was just a little bit of a precaution. But Big Dog said Odegaard has also struggled physically. Ozil
Yeah.
did at the start of it. I don't think Ozil ever struggled physically. His game was
That's
about
a that's a myth.
Ozil's game was just too fucking good.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a myth.
I don't agree with that.
Can I say something on this Fabio Vieira thing? This Premier League physicality that they keep.
Hold on. Let me just finish this comment, then you come in, bro. It's understandable when coming from a foreign league to get physically bullied, but he needs to hit the gym. So go on, as you were saying, I think that's kind of
All this Premier League physicality they keep talking about is all a bloody myth. It's a myth. Right. It's a myth. Because if you think about it, the best players in the Premier League ever after foreign players, and they all came from leagues with flair. You look at the likes of Thierry Henry, you look at the likes of Aguero, you look at those Sanchez's, they all came from leagues that were not physical. Yeah, they came from leagues that were not physical, and they dominated. And the Portuguese league is a tough league. Anybody who thinks the Portuguese league is not tough is a joker. Diego Jota came from there. All those guys came from there. Fabio Carvalho, all those guys came from there. Even more, all of them came from there. So what are we saying? This guy had 16 assists and 6 goals in the Portuguese league. He's coming from the Portuguese champions. That's a winning mentality for you right there. And I feel he already speaks English. So there's no language barrier. He comes into Arsenal as a winner, as a champion, and I think he's going to give Odegaard a run for his money, which Odegaard needs, because Odegaard needs someone to give him a kick up his backside. Because last season we saw games whereby Odegaard knows that exactly, and if he's playing shit or not, he's going to start. So we need somebody there that's really going to put pressure on him. And all this physicality, all this. Anybody who is physical on him will get a red card. Simple. And he'll get off the pitch. It's very, very simple. So I don't believe in all this physicality. If you're a baller, you're a baller. That is it.
I hear you.
Do you understand?
To be honest, I do agree. Like, especially a lot of Premier League only watchers, like fans that only really watch the Premier League, they tend to say things like, oh, the physicality of the Premier League is too hard to adapt to. I'm not saying it's not more physical than other leagues, but like Kanebi said, if you're a baller, you're a baller. You find ways to adapt your game. You get into the pockets. You, like as I said, Cazorla, Mata, David Silva. No one can tell me these are physical players. Nobody can.
Fabregas is the perfect example.
And all the players that I just gave you, they weren't just average players in the Premier League. They were exceptional players in the Premier League from their first season. So, like, let's not get. He might need some time to adapt. Let's not get it twisted. But the manager saw enough in him to see there's a quality player there. And what I do like the most about this Vieira thing is he, as Kanebi said, as Oli said, he's going to bring some pressure. Odegaard can't have 2 back-to-back bad games and think he's going to start the 3rd game. Do you get what I'm saying? Certain times where Saka might need a little bit of a breather after 60 minutes or not start in the Europa League games. Vieira can come in on the right for those sort of situations. ESR, he needs to realize that, boy, I need to be able to play 90 minutes on a regular basis, because at the end of the day, I know I've got my highest number of goals this season, but maybe I need to be more physical. I need to add more aspects to my game. And that sort of competition is what we've been missing at Arsenal for years, because everyone gets so comfortable in their position, it feels that their game doesn't elevate to that next level. So I think Vieira comes in to fill in, as you said, as the number 10 and for Saka. But I do believe, though, after a year in the Premier League, I do believe we'll start seeing him more in that deep line playmaker role where he can play as in a 2, as a CM and a 2 as the pivot at the base and still play a number 10 ahead of him. I think that could happen as time goes. As if you saw with Bernardo Silva, he played a lot of his first season on the right wing and as a false 9. But after that, Pep could use him anywhere in the midfield or the attack. And I believe that's what Arteta sees for Vieira. Hopefully he flourishes like Bernardo Silva, because if so, we got a hell of a baller on our hands, guys. Let me get
every single person here wants that.
Exactly, right? Let me get into some of the comments. Priceless Truth Records label. Big up Priceless Truth. He says there were 2 managers plus Arteta if they didn't qualify for the Champions League. Okay, so you're saying Emery and Wenger also. I think this is the Granit Xhaka thing when we said if you have Xhaka, Yes, the Champions League. Yeah,
He's got
three
pictures,
managers.
bruh. He's got
Three
pictures,
managers have
recordings, and
suffered.
shit.
They've suffered from the demise of Granit Xhaka. Football capital. I know you're getting at me again. Here we go. Niger, the last 10 Brazil games, Neymar and Richarlison both started over Jesus in 2020-21.
Who does football capital support?
He supports Man U, sorry.
Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, please. Please. Let him go and be miserable somewhere else. This is not a place of misery. Please, go away.
There was another comment here from, I think, SMG.
I saw that. SMG put it through. What was it?
This one. Yeah, he said, Trusty, Turner, Vieira, Jesus. So we will sign 2 more players max. And he also asked if we could only sign 2 more players, who would they be? That's an interesting question for the panel. We only had 2 more signings left this window. Who would it be for the panel?
Central midfielder.
Give me names. I don't want positions. Give me names. So you could sign.
Give me Tielemans. Give me Tielemans for the central mid.
Yeah, that's it. Tielemans in the midfield, right? And you can go for Martinez on the left back.
What about you, Kanebi? You can only sign 2 more. I know it's tough. Hopefully, we have more than 2 more signings. But if we only had 2 more,
he's going to sign Ivan Toney, right? He's going to
sign another striker. God forbid. I'll sign. No. If I'm signing I'll sign. If I'm signing a striker, it's Victor Osimhen right now in the market. If it's any striker I'm going for, it's Victor Osimhen. But if it's any player I want right now, because of the current state of the market, Tielemans and Gnabry. Fuck it. Let's play gun-ho football. Gun-ho.
This guy wants to go forward. Fuck.
Gun-ho.
We'll score 4. They'll score 3 points. It's 3 points.
Gun-ho. Tielemans and Gnabry. Let's go.
What are you saying, Akpos? Who are your 2?
I would take Yuri Tielemans. First choice. There's no negotiating that for me in the midfield. But for the left back, I'm confused with the Martinez situation. But I would want to take Ike in place. Ike on anyone else who's going to be top quality.
So Hickey and Tielemans are your 2. Yours are Martinez and Tielemans. Kanebi, yours is Tielemans and
Gnabry.
So
I'll give Tavares 1 more year.
But guy,
you give Tavares another. Yeah, no. We're playing 3 in the back. No Tavares. We're playing 3 in the back.
To be honest, I'd probably go with Tielemans and Martinez too, man. I'd probably go with Tielemans and Martinez too.
I don't want any player that wants to sign for Manchester United. He can fuck off and go and win nothing.
Oh, bro, I don't care who they want to. I don't care who they want to sign for. If they're decent, they come to Arsenal. I'll take
what? Tielemans and Gnabry? Oh man, not London derby.
But the fact that if Tierney gets injured, boy, Tavares just comes
3 in the back. No. Tierney gets injured. We're going 3 in the back. 3 in the back.
Tavares wing back, right? Okay, that could work. Okay, let me get into the comments and then we'll go into our last 10 minutes.
On Hickey, yeah. Because the Hickey thing's gone, yeah.
Are set to sign Hickey on a permanent deal. Scottish talented fullback would join for 14 million plus add-ons. 5-year deal agreed. Oh, we've got here we go already on that one, yeah? Okay.
I don't think so. I think Football Capital is making up noise. So he hasn't done a here we go on Frankie de Jong. Why is he doing here we go on Aaron Hickey? So what's going on?
Yeah, focus on.
I wouldn't be surprised because, to be perfectly honest, we've gone quiet on Hickey.
We have gone quiet. So, SMG did ask this. The bigger question is, why are we not signing players for our starting 11? I
don't know, bro. I don't know. Because you know what? So these guys here, we're all going into the starting 11. Just as he's about to drink it, I knew it.
Look. To be honest, Kanebi needs a minute. No, but to be honest, guys,
fucking hell.
In terms of our other signings, I don't know enough about Marquinhos. I probably want to see him have some games in the Carabao Cup to see what he's like. Maybe
Marquinhos is going to Sporting Miura on loan. So forget about Marquinhos.
I'm not going to talk too much about him. Or
we bought Marquinhos to build a hospital in Brazil. Forget about that shit.
Real talk, man. We're doing our bit for Sao Paulo. Edu's helping out his boys back in Brazil. So Trusty, Turner, and Marquinhos. I'm not even going to go into much detail about them. I guess we'll see how it goes throughout maybe halfway through the season, we'll talk about them, man. But for now, the last thing I want to close with, guys, the last thing I want to close the channel with, the last thing I want to touch on is Mikel Arteta. Irregardless of how this transfer window ends for Arteta, is it Champions League football or bust? Or would you guys, is there anything else you guys would accept from him this season? Don't forget to like, subscribe.
Europa League and fifth, I'll take that. Fourth and Europa League is the minimum for me. But if we finish fifth and take the Europa League, I'll take that. I don't want no FA Cup. I don't want none of that. I'm not Liverpool. I don't need that shit. You can have it. Do you understand? But
so wait, if he gets fifth and an FA Cup, he's got to go?
He's got to go. How many FA Cups have we won? Come on now. Come on. We're not Liverpool that win an FA Cup and parade. We have too many already. So, come on, man. If it's Europa League and fifth, or Europa League and fourth position, that's it for me. The bare minimum.
So what's good? Are you guys in agreement with that? Or let's say he finishes. What if he finishes 8th and wins the Europa League? Are you guys all right with that?
Yeah, you still Champions League football.
No, I'm not. Fuck that.
You're not okay with that, Aussie?
No, you can fuck off with that. You can go get fucked with that. No,
really?
fuck that.
Well,
it's Europa League. No excuses. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. The apprentice is now becoming a tradesman. So that means he gets me Europa League since you wanted to qualify for Europa and not Champions League. You got what you wanted, Arteta. So now give me that. Right? No fucking excuses. And to be perfectly fucking honest, I want you to challenge in the fucking Premier League. So if you're not sitting there fighting amongst the fucking, third or fourth position minimum, you can fuck off with that too. I don't care if we win the Europa League, right, and get into Champions League. I don't mind pissing him off and getting an Allegri. Oh, fuck yeah. Thank you very much. Off you go. You can go and coach whoever the fuck you want after this. I want more from him now because every player has to step up their game. We keep saying players have to step up their game. Fair enough. The players have to step up. The manager has to step up. So now what? Okay. The manager gets a free cut because he got himself a Europa League and he finished 8th? I don't think so.
Look,
I want the Premier
to our
League.
History and brought us back in the Champions League. I mean, Akpos, do you think 8th and Europa League is good enough? Or are you with Aussie Gooner? You think even though he got us back in the Champions League, that's not progress?
It's not good enough. It's not good enough. That's not progress. I totally agree with that. Because one thing I'm personally, I would back the manager no matter who's going to walk in the door because Aussie Gooner said on this show, we all want to see Arsenal flourish. We all want to see the football club going forward. So for us, it does not matter who's going to be at the ends of the affair. As long as you're going to get the job done, the priority here is taking Arsenal forward ever. That's where we want to go. We want to see the team making continuous, successive progress. Last season, we came so close to getting into the top 4. And now I think this is the season where we need to get into the top 4 because Mikel Arteta has been backed by the bosses, by the owners off the pitch, on the pitch also. He has made some big calls. People need to look at that fact. You let the best player at the football club go in the middle of the season where we had no backup for him. You had no player coming in to replace him in January.
Goal scorer at the time.
Our highest goal scorer, our best player, the closest we had to a world-class player in our team. You let him go. That's a very big call for me. So if by the end of the season it does not make top 4 and it does not win a trophy, then we need to reevaluate the Mikel Arteta process. We need to review everything he has done since he has been a manager because that would be a statement for me and that would tell us that it's not the right one to take us to where we are going. But I want to see this team succeed. I'm hoping and praying that we get top 4 by the end of the season. And hopefully we could also nick a trophy. That would be plus for me. I think I agree with Kanebi in the fact that we need to go all out to win the Europa League. In Europe, it's not one area where we have done so well. We don't have a big history in Europe. We need to start looking into that area and start going into European competitions and winning it. That will be progress.
And
can I say one thing?
Go on.
Well, see, everyone's talking about top 4 because top 4 gives you Champions League, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
But does everyone? But we're not Spurs, right? I'm not Spurs, as you can see behind me. I don't want to go to a competition and just hang out. I want to go to a competition and win. So for me, top 4 means fuck all. Because if I can't go to the Champions League and compete, then what's the point of top 4? The biggest thing that we should be pushing for is in Champions League. Fuck the Champions League. All of us here should want the real fucking prize, which is Premier League. If I'm not competing for the Premier League, it's not good enough.
I'm telling you.
I want
True.
Premier League. I had enough of this shit where because
I fuck with
everyone's
this
like,
guy.
we need Champions League. I don't care about Champions League. I care about one league, and it's the league that we're in, the biggest league, which is Premier League. So if
I'm telling
Mikel
you.
Arteta wins this Europa League and then has a battle for third, fourth, I can say that's progress. I'll give you another year because now I want to see a battle for fucking second, a battle for first. But if I don't see if I see Europa and I see us drop off in the Prem, see you later, sweetheart. Because
swear to
remember,
God.
Arsenal is a fucking team that's competing in the Premier League. Yeah, in England. Not in fucking Azerbaijan, bloody Jan.
I fucking agree with you, man. Because I grew up winning the league, man. What's the minimum league position?
Yeah.
What's the minimum league position for Arteta if he wins the UEL? I don't see Arteta. Arteta has no reason to finish below 5th for me. He has no reason. In fact, Arteta, after signing Jesus, a fucking Premier League winner, Arteta has no reason being outside the top European positions. If he's not 4th or 5th in a European Cup final, he should get the fuck out of my club because he's wasted money.
He desperately has to be 4th if he wins the Europa League. The lowest he could go on the league should be
third, fourth. He has to be fighting there.
Third, fourth. Let's look at progress because you cannot be.
But you have to look at. But you have to look at the transfer window too. You have to look at the transfer window, and you have to look at Conte's signings.
That comment,
and you have to look.
I want that over all of us. That comment.
This comment is hilarious. Niger, you sick in the head. 8th. Nah, man, 8th again. Someone will need to hung Jordan and quarter teed on the high. Flipping heck, bro. I can't even read that out on the show.
Oh, that is a fucking comment that's fucking quality. That comment, bruh.
Then burnt. Wow. Just tell us how you really feel, brother. Big up. I wasn't saying. Look, don't get me wrong. I wasn't saying I would accept 8th. I was just asking the question. I was just thinking.
No, we're not going to finish. We're not going to go that low.
Definitely
I still see us finishing above Man United, guaranteed.
Kanebi,
Depending.
I'm to show you in the comment section first, mate.
What?
Before we continue.
I'm sure it's a sports fan saying shit.
Where is it? Where is the Spurs fan?
Nah, this guy said.
Kanebi, you're lucky Nigeria doesn't send me the link. We'll turn this thing. Please go and cook some signings or cook a trophy.
Guys, bro, I'm gonna say it out there. Football Capital. If you want us to do a 3 touches edition where we get the panel back on, a couple of you guys on as well, and we talk about the state of each club, Arsenal versus Man United right now going into the new season. I don't mind doing that next week, bro. If you're down, if Aussie's down, Kanebi, Football and Pidgins down, if you guys are down, we can get that arranged. So when nobody's scared of Man U talk. It's not 5 years or 10 years ago where the thought of Man U could maybe intimidate.
Cooking show. What is it? Does he want to get cooked on his own show?
Leave him. Or you can invite us on your show, whichever. We can do it a away game and a home game. We can do it wherever you want to do. We can make this shit happen, mate. Big up,
oh my God.
Capital. I'm loving the energy in the comments. Big up man like Kester. He says, Arsenal too big of a club. All this coach, this and that. Wahala. He's right. We are too big of a club. We are. But this is the situation we're in, and we need to find our way back.
Shout out Kester. It's been a minute.
A hot minute, right? None of us on the panel want to accept finishing outside the top 4. We didn't grow up on that type of Arsenal. But we're also realistic about where we're at. Like Aussie says, we need to be in the top 4 this season, and then we need to push on. It's not just top 4, then drop back out, drop in and drop back out. Top 4, then we become a Champions League club, and then we can start thinking about the people ahead of us. Because of this turmoil that we've gone through, we've had in the past couple of years, we've had Leicester's fans talking with their... Actually, Leicester have been humble. We had West Ham fans talking with their chest. We've had Tottenham fans talking with their chest. Football, they go freaking crazy. Arteta, you have to get the job done. nothing but Champions League football.
All you fucking Arteta out fans should fuck off this season, man. Bring all that negative bullshit energy. Rubbish. You should go support Newcastle.
EGTV says Aussie Gooner is so real. Can't call him negative, and he is. He tells it how it is, man. That's why I needed him on the show, man. Always talking sense. SME says we competing against unlimited funds. It has to be something that is to build towards. Yeah, you're right. We are. Like, we have to be a lot smarter in the transfer window. And I'll say one thing that Jurgen Klopp has done very well. He knows he's not in the same market as Pep in terms of players, but his recruitment team find gems at a cheaper price. I believe at the end of the day, as a football team, you have to do what your resources let you do. Because Pep signs players that are bait, like everyone knows about. The difference is you can still find quality for cheaper. You just got to have a really good scout system. Look at the likes of Mahrez, the Kantés, the Lewandowskis, like all these type of people. They're gems as well. But either you got a big war chest or you invest in good scouting. Either way, you have to find a way to compete in this day and age of football. That's what I think. Man like Silver Fox, big up, bro.
The artist formerly known as Mr. Silver Fox.
Real talk, challenge for the league. I agree. Big dogs. That comment 500 years out of date. I think he's talking about Aussie's comment. Like, it should have been said a long time ago, and he's right, 100%. Kanebi, I still can't get over your rant the other night. For me, that's my favorite line. Man said Spurs haven't won a title since Tupac died, mate. That is some serious shit. Fire day in the studio. Big up, Kanebi. Big up
all these Spurs fans coming out of the fucking woodwork, acting as if they're going to win shit. None of them even seen their team win shit. I mean, for God's sake, they weren't born when they... Anyway.
All right,
oh, my God.
I think we touched on everything. We touched on what we need in the transfer window, what our expectations are for our new signings next season, and what the expectation is for our manager. Look, I made the decision last season. I was Arteta in. It was a decision based on my mental health. I didn't want to be in, out, shake it all about, and doing all these Twitter wars and social media wars. I just wanted to be, look, I've accepted the board have gone with the Arteta route because they want to build the foundation with the youth project. But now he's 3 years in. This is the make or break season for Mikel Arteta. No more excuses. I don't want to hear he wasn't backed in summer. I don't want to hear it's not his team and blah, blah, blah. All those questions have to be answered this season. 4th place or winning the Europa League and finishing 5th is the only thing that's acceptable. Even if you do a domestic double and you finish 6th, Arteta, that's not what we're looking for. We want to be back with the elite again. That's where we belong. That's where we deserve to be. So before everyone goes, just go around the room, tell everyone where they can find you, and if you have a last note or any comment you want to say on today's show. Aussie Gooner, where can they find you, and how would you like to close the show?
Well, you can find me on Instagram, just under the Aussie Gooner. You see me on YouTube, again, the Aussie Gooner. I've got my channel out there. You'll see me doing shows with, the guys at Kenny Ken, Football Capital from time to time, this, that, all of the above. Finishing up comments, Spurs fans talk a lot of shit. And the only reason Spurs exist, or even relative, is because they're supposed to be our rivals. You understand what I'm saying? These guys ain't won shit, okay, since I've been born. What have they won? Last time they won the Premier League, 3/4 of their fans that are fucking out there now, chatting like they're going to win the Champions League, weren't fucking born. So until you guys do something, you win the Premier League, good for you. Still ain't good enough. You got to do a lot fucking more, because my trophy cabinet's still full, bruh. You got to do a lot fucking more. You win one league, don't mean shit. You got to keep winning that motherfucker. So before you start talking your shit, and coming out like you're going to win the fucking world, Liverpool are here, Man City are here, you're down here in the shit with the rest of us, Know yourself.
Real talk. I love it. Always speaking sense. Big up Aussie Gooner, man. Thanks for coming back on the show. Football and Pidgin, what are you saying? Where can they find you, and how would you like to close the show?
Well, for me, you can always find me on One Touch TV. You can find me on Football and Pitching across all the socials. My closing contribution on the show would be the fact that we've been sleeping on the rest of the other so-called big teams for too long. Aussie Gooner was saying something about our trophy cabinet. We need to start getting worried about the fact that we've not won the Premier League in a long time. That's a long, long, long time. And looking at Chelsea and how much they've been successful in the last 20, 21 years, that should be costing us a lot of worry. So that's one of the reasons why I want to go into the Europa League to actually win it this season. This season is going to be a significant one for us in the fact that we need to show that we want to catch up with these teams that are ahead of us. So if Mikel Arteta does not win the Europa League and get into top four, personally, I think we need to evaluate the process. So the owners need to back him in this transfer window, in my opinion. There was one comment where Kester was saying he's not convinced about our transfer window business done so far, and I totally agree with this comment. This is not with what the job we've done so far in the transfer window is not what we should be doing. We need to be these teams who are ahead of us are making a lot of statements. Not about let's talk about the team about coming behind us. Look at their signings. So we need to go out in this transfer window and make statements that we want to improve this thing and we want to be looking at how we will challenge for the Premier League title, because like Kester said also in one of his comments, the main aim for an elite sport is to compete and to win. So if we are not going into if we're not going into the Premier League to win, then why are we there?
What we did.
You understand? So for a long time, I've not seen us compete to win the league. So that's what we should be targeting to do in the next, if not this season, in the next 2-3 years, we should be competing to win the league. But how are we going to do that? We need to show progress on. We need to build on the progress we've done for last season. Last season we did not make top four. This season we have to make top four. The next season we have to fight on how to reduce the gap between whosoever wins the league and where we finished the season before. So that's what we should be looking at. And we need to actually, the owners need to actually come. I've been seeing a lot of things going out on different social medias about how their teams in the US are being successful, winning a lot of things and all of that. They need to look on how they need to make their team in the UK, the Arsenal.
Thank you. I know Bianchi
which is a massive brand, which is a massive brand to win something. We need to win. We are in all of these competitions to win. Let us go out there and win. And how are we going to win? We need to be ready to compete with the other teams. These guys are not sleeping.
We need to compete with the big boys.
You understand? Look at City. Look at the statement they are making. Look at Liverpool. Look at the statement they are making. They are letting us know that they are ready to keep their best players and they are ready to bring in top quality to add to what they have already got. But what are we doing? What is statement we are telling people on this transfer window? So we have a lot of work to do, and we also need to be getting worried that clubs that were left behind in the last 20 years, they'll be catching up on us. So before they get past us, we need to wake up.
We need to get into gear for sure.
So like they said in the Kiss Daniel song, no sleep, wake up. So Kroenke, if you don't sleep, wake up. Mikel Arteta, if you're asleep, wake up. The players, if you're sleeping, wake up. We need to get trophies this season, and we need to show that we're ready for a fight with the big boys, because we are one of the big boys. So we need to show
Tell them again, Akpos. And Kester, I'm not moved by any of the transfer business that Chelsea have done either. So fall back and concentrate on your own club. Big up for logging in though, Kester. We miss you, brother. Kanebi, what you saying?
You know what it is now.
And how? And
you can always find me on Instagram, YouTube, Tunnel TV, and you can always find me on One Touch TV. Well, I'm always going to be a positive gunner. I think the transfer window is not yet over. I'm not going to say anything about our chances next season till the end of the transfer window. And I still think we're in July. I still think we're going to still make some moves. Yes, we've lost out on Rafinha. Well, Martinez is still in the balance. That's because we're dealing with greedy clubs who want money. So at the end of the day, it's a business. So I still think there's a lot of talent out there. I still think this is the season where Mikel Arteta has to really become the master, no more the student. I still think we need to close the gap on the likes of Chelsea and Liverpool and Man City. And I still think that we have a very good young team that needs leaders, of course. And I think Arsenal is going to surprise people this season. I have a feeling that Arsenal are going to surprise people this season.
Amen. Oh.
Amen to
Because
that, bro. We all want that. We want it.
from what I saw last season, I saw a very young team. They didn't let their heads drop. They ran out of gas, and injuries cost us that top 4. So they can do it. They just need help, and they need a bit of experience. So I feel this season we're gonna be better this season. We might win a cup this season, but let's see how it goes. I know I'm gonna finish above Manchester United. That one's for sure. That team is too useless. That team is too useless. And Tottenham's day is coming back this season. They can sign Richarlison, they can sign whoever the fuck they want to sign. They're still not going to win anything, and we're going to still finish above them. They were lucky because the FA cheated and gave them a fucking stupid penalty and a fucking fraudulent red card against Holding. And that's the reason why we didn't make top 4. So fuck Spurs, fuck Man United, Arsenal for life, and fuck football in pitch. I'm talking about football, that football capital guy too. Fuck him too. Tell myself fuck him. And if he comes on the show, telling myself, fuck him, he's not winning anything. Manchester United have Ronaldo, they are playing in the Europa League. They're not going to win anything again this year. And they're going to finish below us now. Dead club. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
All right, guys. Love the energy. SMG also seconds your notion. Man U is dead food. Fire Ray says, Arsenal top 4 this bumper clock season. You're done, no. We won it. SMG also says, all or nothing. Football capitals already back on the troll.
Of course it's Arteta in, you prick.
And then he also says, yes, Niger, tee up one United fan versus you lot. I don't need backup dancers. Trust me, bro. You need all the backup and support that you can get. SMG says, let's be honest, Spurs are doing better in the window than us. Right now, yes, but there's still...
Bro, they signed Roberto Soldado and did nothing. Please. Pavienko. Please.
They said Wenger out, Arteta out.
Who is this guy?
Victoria Concordia Crescent. All right, big up. Arsenal first before anything, 100%. We're Arsenal fans. We're not player fans. We're Arsenal fans.
That's what it
SMG
meant.
says, big up Kanebi, big up the panel, big up everyone in the comment section. Whether you watched it now, whether you watched it later, make sure you smash the like button, put the notifications on, subscribe, comment, share, all of that. Catch us on Monday next for the North London rivals with myself and Deji. And I hope this panel will be back at some point next week, but they'll definitely be back throughout this season as well, guys. Thank you, everyone, for having us. Have a great weekend. Arsenal till I die.